What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Podcast.
Hi.
I'm your host, the Kiss Bandit. I have a very special guest joining me today. And I think are we also friends?
We are.
I don't know anymore. Are we friends?
Oh, we are.
Okay, we are friends. So I'll let her introduce herself because, I have so much respect for her. She has a very clean brand. And you should keep it that way because it seems to be hard to do that in Nairobi. So introduce yourself, tell people what you do, your titles maybe, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Elsie Stevens and I am currently the first runner-up Miss World Kenya 2019-2020 and I also happen to be a public servant as well.
What does it mean, public servant?
It means
some
I work
people
for
don't
government.
know. You work for the government?
Yes, I do.
The government of Kenya?
Government of the Republic of Kenya.
Okay. Let's get to it. What did you want to be when you're growing up before you decided, you know what, the government shall be my home?
Well, okay, so here's the thing.
What's your childhood story? When you're growing up, you wanted to be?
I never knew what I wanted to be until maybe standard 5 or 6. So let me tell you a funny story. A girl who used to host a kids show on a local TV station transferred to our school. And everyone knew this girl apart from me.
Who's that?
I'm not sure if I can mention her name.
Okay.
Her name was Susan.
Yeah.
And she joined the school and everyone knew who she was apart from me. Because my parents were not so big on, us watching lots of TV. So everyone knew who she was apart from me. So when the teachers saw that this girl, who was kind of a personality, joined our school, they thought it would be ideal to start a journalism club. So what we would do is we would just get the Pulse magazine and then we'd kind of re-script it and then read out the entertainment news in front of the school parade on Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah.
So that's how I joined the journalism club. And it wasn't until then that I discovered that I wanted to do media. Which is what I studied in uni.
That's what you studied?
Yeah. I have a degree in communication, TV and radio from Daystar University.
I have a lot of stories and, episodes of people being in Daystar. They have good things to say about Daystar.
They're the best.
Oh, yeah. I'll share some with you.
Yeah, so by the time I was finishing my KCP, I already knew what I wanted to do. I already knew the university I wanted to join and the fields that I wanted to go into. So I would write compositions and insha's. I'd be in debates. I actually really like debates and IQ challenges and public speaking. Those are my strengths and those are the things.
Very well spoken.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'd say that's what I knew I wanted to be, for sure. I'm still in that field.
Are you?
Yes.
I haven't seen you doing anything to do with media, Elsie.
Yet. It's a new decade.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
It's in the works.
Yes. New decade, so I want to venture into TV and radio. I think it's time.
You should,
time,
man. And I
yeah.
think you're just one of those people who can multitask and have potential for a lot.
Yeah.
But please go on. Sorry, at times I just seem to jump in people's stories.
Where
like
was
I know.
Sorry, I lost.
You're saying you always knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I always knew what I wanted to do. So when I go to school, my father used to drive me to school. He always used to have me read the paper to him.
Loudly.
In the car.
Yeah. Like read.
Because he's like, you can't be listening to this Alicia Keys songs when you go to school. So please read out to me this article in the newspaper. And that's how I discovered stories that are very dear to me. So I have a very queer interest. I am very passionate about homicides and cold cases, particularly the ones that I can relate to in this country. So the stories of Robert Oko, Tom Mboya, those are some of the things that excite me. So he always used to have me read the paper, and that's how I got to pick up, these key personalities. And I enjoy it. I think most of young people nowadays don't really have people that they can relate to.
Yeah.
They always think like you can get straight out of uni, you're going to have a car, you're going to have this job, you're going to have all this.
Keep saying that. I see people posting graduation pictures and I'm like, do you know what's waiting for you out here?
Should I tell them?
Yeah,
No,
I mean, but you can't because even they won't understand. They'll be like, come on. maybe you're just saying that because those opportunities were not there for you
Yes.
when you finished, but they don't understand it's like you have to
It's a
climb all
work in
this.
progress.
Yeah.
Even the billionaires, the CEOs, they still wake up early in the morning. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's a never-ending process. It never changes.
I was just saying, like, everybody wants to, get their first job, move to Lavington, Kileleshwa, or Riverside.
Wow.
That's where the pin drops are nowadays. So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's where you finish. That's where you get your first house, first car, the first year of working.
Hey,
But,
let me tell you, my first year, Woo,
it shapes you. It humbles you.
it really does.
Once you go in an office setting, it humbles you. But, I mean, considering, like, you finished that degree, right?
Yes.
And, you've already explained, like, how your dad made you, like, at least make sure you're on point with, like,
Yeah,
just
make
like,
sure I'm point. Like if you go
those
for
two
an
skills.
interview,
You know
that
how
you're
to
ready.
express yourself.
When you interact with people, even just relatives. Have a way of presenting yourself, even at family occasions.
Just don't talk
Be-
TV.
just
If you
be-
like
don't
nini.
talk like this. Like, these guys are my family. Your family, yes, but some of these
Yeah.
family members are the ones who actually help you. Set you up for interviews as much as you send so many CVs to that one uncle who never even gets you
Just
a job interview.
delete your emails all the time.
Yes, like send me your CV. Like I sent it to you
I
5
don't even
times.
want to remember those people
Yeah.
because they just upset me right now. But the things I've gone through. So,
So yeah,
with that being said, like, I mean, you're definitely for now you're in a completely different field
yes,
from what you actually studied.
yeah.
How did that, like, just come to play?
Okay, so I had a very interesting.
Because media houses are out here. Why wouldn't they, like, just pick first of all one of, like, top elite models in the country?
Oh,
Well,
thank
we
you.
haven't even mentioned that yet. Sorry.
Yes, we'll
I mean,
get to it.
yeah, we'll get
it,
to
guys.
that. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So I had a very interesting lecturer
Yeah.
who was very diverse. He just had a different way of thinking. And he kind of convinced us that don't just think when you do journalism you can only work in the newsroom. YouTube was coming up at the time. Film was coming up at the time, and he really encouraged us because at Daystar we have courses where we actually script. It's a script writing class. You actually write a series. I have written a series, a 13-episode series, not on my own, at least, with the help of my friends, but we were graded based on the script.
Yeah.
So by the time I was in my 4th year, I wanted to do something different. I just didn't want to go to a newsroom and cover the same stories
Yeah,
of corruption and stuff like that. I wanted to tell unique African stories. So I was very active on Twitter at the time, and a friend of mine just called me one day. His name is Oliver. Hi, Oliver.
Shout out to Oliver.
Shout out to Oliver. He just asked me, like, do you want to make some money off social media?
What?
And I was like, what?
Who just calls you randomly? But
He
yeah,
just randomly called me. It was in December. I'll never forget.
yeah.
And he was like, I need you to come to Riverside Drive at this office, and you're going to meet these people. So he called me to do it, actually. This is in 2013. Went there, and I met like a team who was part of the digital migration at the time, remember?
Yeah.
Moving from analog to
Yeah.
digital.
Yeah.
And they gave me this whole briefing and how we're supposed to do social media influencing and social media marketing. And the very next day, this was like at 6 in the evening, and the very next day we were in a hotel, we were doing a whole campaign, a social media campaign for a whole week. And that's how I got to understand how companies trend or how companies use social media for ROI and stuff like that.
What is that?
Return on investments. Sorry guys, return on investments. And so
Yeah,
shortly thereafter, I was very good at what I did, and I kept getting callbacks and referrals. And that's how I got into government, because I do digital.
So that's why they actually.
Yes, that's my experience. So immediately after, within my 6 months after graduation, I'd already deviated from TV and radio.
Yeah.
I had now gone into digital, which was emerging at the time. Still
Yeah,
is
yeah.
emerging.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I got to work for an agency, but it didn't work out. It didn't
Why?
work out.
Look at you.
I don't know. It
But
didn't
agency
work out.
working hours are also a bit too demanding
Yeah.
at times, and
I think I just needed a job at the time, and so many people who had graduated with me weren't
They
even
wanted-
getting a paid internship.
yeah. So
it
you're
was
like,
getting
okay,
a
it's
job.
an
So I was like,
opportunity. You
okay.
just can't.
Yeah, and by this time I had already started earning my own money. I had a bank account, you guys. I had an ATM card.
Oh.
Ugh, I was living the life, and I was still living at home.
So everything, no expense, zero expense.
In fact, I tell my mom, like, you know what, I got you guys. Like, I'm going to take you out for lunch.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So when I started working, it just didn't work out. I got fired from my job, my agency job. Yeah.
I've been fired, I think 5, 6 times. So
I've been fired in your sleep.
Wait, what do you mean? Like
in the middle of the night.
Huh? Yes. In the middle of the night?
Yeah.
They called you or sent you a message?
He called me and he was like, listen, I don't want to see you. So yeah. So after that...
But were you just not passionate about the job?
I don't know. I think I was getting frustrated because I was doing so much and I forgot myself in the process. I even forgot what my passion was.
Yeah.
And so...
And at times it starts just showing. Even if regardless whether you want it or not, it starts showing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I got fired like on it was on a Monday, a rainy Monday night.
Go on, don't stop.
I got fired on a rainy Monday night, and I was graduating, I think maybe 10 or so days later. And after my graduation, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I saw a poster for Mr. and Miss World Kenya. And I was like, okay, I think my life has taken a different turn, so this is what I'm gonna do. So I've gotten fired.
I hope I haven't missed anything. No.
Gotten fired.
Yeah.
I've graduated.
Yeah.
And here I am on my way to the Miss World Kenya 2015 audition.
Yeah.
So I go there with a friend of mine. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to just practice my passion. Because my parents were very adamant that they wanted me to get an education first before I can
anything
just
else.
do anything else.
Yeah.
Which is good. So I went for the auditions and I was a finalist. I was top 15 finalist. And then the same week they called me for the boot camp. It's the same week I got my government job.
Ooh.
Yes.
So decision making here.
I actually had already started working. It was my first week of orientation and all that. And I remember getting a message from the team and I was like, what am I going to do? Haven't had a job in a few months. But then again, I've had a passion that can scale me to greater heights, Kenya and beyond.
Yeah.
So what do I do? And so I had to make a very bitter decision and I opted out of the competition. I forfeited my position at Miss World Kenya 2015. I know. I never forgave myself for that. It was the most...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's those mistakes, but at times
It wasn't a mistake. It's just, I was like, what kind of timing is this?
It's just the worst timing.
It was the worst timing.
Because then again, I think things happen for a reason though.
They do.
Because maybe you'd have passed down on this opportunity and you just
And I would have never, gotten the opportunity.
Yeah. And even being able to fund like your own hobby.
Yeah.
Because maybe that was
the reason.
Yeah.
So I decided, let me just bury my head at work, and I just got busy. I was a team lead at my place of work, and I really enjoyed it. I was just doing my best, and
Imagine somebody firing you one place and then another place you're a team leader.
Yes.
You see?
In digital still, right?
Yeah.
So in 2018, I lost my father.
Sorry.
And thank you. And it wasn't until then that I figured, I need to start.
2018 is like 2 years ago.
Yes, 2 years
right?
back. It's almost 2 years to the day, in March 2018. So after my father's passing, I was very miserable. I was very depressed. I was very sad, but I wasn't showing it. So I'm the kind of person who doesn't
hold
like
it.
I hold it in because I'm a fixer. That's who I am. I'm a fixer. I like to make sure. Okay, Telewa, are you okay? Who else is okay? Does everyone need this?
You forget to
And
take care of
to
yourself.
take care of myself.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. So I got late. So Miss World auditions passed me by. Miss Tourism auditions passed me by. And then here I am. I saw a poster for Miss Universe Kenya 2018. And I was like, I'm not even going to tell anyone that I'm going to audition. I just picked up my bags and I headed to Two Rivers. That's where the auditions were.
Yeah.
I had the worst photo. Telewa, do you remember that photo? I had the worst. I took it in a studio off Kenyatta Avenue. It was so bad. And I went for the auditions and I made it. I was not a finalist.
Yeah.
And then I ended up being second runner-up. First time trying out successfully for a pageant. Remember, I dropped out of the previous competition.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so this
We
can
have
actually,
something
this
here.
can
We have
actually
something
work.
here. Yeah.
So I got pointers from the trainer as to, why was I third?
Why do you think? Forget what the trainer said. What do you think? You didn't make it to. You're third.
Yes, I was second runners up at Miss Universe.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
at Miss Universe. I had never practiced, like, there's so much that goes into pageantry, not just being a pretty face. There's the catwalk aspect. There's the fitness aspect, which is huge at Miss Universe because of the swimsuit category.
Yeah.
So I was actually very nervous. I didn't think I'd place because my walk was horrible. Tell her my walk was horrible. My walk needed work. It needed work. So
I'm not saying it.
no,
You're the one who's saying
I'm
it.
gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, it was one of the worst.
Yeah.
But I put in work. It was 10 days of hard work, and at least for someone to place top 3 at the first time,
It's
a huge achievement.
Yeah, it's a huge achievement.
And so thereafter, I was like, okay, so this thing brought me so much joy. I was out of my miserable place, and I thought I'd like to do it one more time.
You're going through this
Yes, I was going through this. I remember.
during those times when I was shooting your
Yes.
videos and asking you questions.
Yes.
Jeez,
I
man.
remember I never even wanted to share that I had lost because it was 7 months after that first thing. It was so fresh, and I never wanted to share it. And one of the patrons was like, "Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Just share your story. That's how you're gonna connect with someone. That's how you'll connect with one of the judges."
Yeah.
And so when we went in for the pre-judging, I remember I was having a panic attack before I went in.
What?
Where were you?
I was recording you guys and you seemed fine.
I think
Can't you
edited
remember?
that part out.
No.
No.
Elsie, remember, because I even asked you, because I think you were doing makeup.
Yeah.
Because I do have a very good memory of like the finalists that day. You're doing like your makeup and everything. And you're among the people that actually, when I was asking, like, yo, smile for the camera, you're smiling, waving, and doing everything.
So this is after, before we changed into the lovely black dresses that we
Oh, okay.
had. So I
okay.
remember I was fifth to go in. And I just remembered my dad. I was like, how can this be happening and my father is not here? And my mom couldn't come. She had something. My sister couldn't come. Like, I had 2 people. I had my brother and my cousin in the crowd. And I was like, oh, man, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. Like, I'm just set up for failure. That's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And I kept crying, and the lashes, us ladies, the false lashes that we glue to our real lashes, they kept coming off. And I remember the makeup artist was like, listen, this is the last time I'm gluing these
Get it
lashes.
together,
Like,
get
you
it
need to get
together.
it together. You need to get it together.
Yeah.
And when I walked in, I don't even remember the faces of some of the judges.
What?
Yes. I just walked in and I was like, this is it. This is my strength.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Oh,
tell
this
my
is where you're actually
yes,
supposed to
this is-
excel.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is where you're supposed to excel.
Yeah.
This is my strength. I'm going to nail it. I'm going to tell my story the best way I know how.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have fun.
Yeah.
So then the day is supposed to have fun. And I cried a little bit in there. And I remember, first of all, I introduced myself and I said, hi, my name is Elsie and I'm a government officer. And they were like, whoa.
Hey,
We
hold up.
never see you
Hold
guys
up. Yeah.
ever. It's like, the government officers who look like you?
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Maybe the first time you said, what?
So I said that, said my story. I cried a bit. I kept cute, this crying.
Yeah. It's just,
You don't want to bawl your eyes out.
It's not like,
in front of the judge.
maybe like, oh, this one.
So when I walked out of that room, I knew that I'd shown them the real me.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. So when I placed it, I was like, okay, fine. So now, last year, I decided there's a door that I left unopened. And I was feeling so bad. I was like, ooh, okay, so I've done that.
This is the one that you dropped out of in 2015?
In 2015. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, okay, maybe I should start training on this.
Yeah.
So I looked for a trainer, and I started training in April.
Who was your trainer?
Her name is Paynet.
Paynet?
Yes.
She
Paynet.
Kenyan?
Yes, she's Kenyan.
Okay.
So she was training her agency, and she offered slots to, people who weren't signed to her agency, and I paid for it. It's like a 3-4 month training every Sunday.
How much do you pay? Because young girls are watching this. They want to know how much they have to spend, at least if they get. Because some of them, they'll be like, oh, you just get a trainer. You don't need to pay.
Okay, but the rates increased though.
To what?
So can I just plug her?
Yeah,
Okay,
plug
okay,
her
guys.
on the podcast.
Paynet is the founder of Velar Management, Velar Model Management. You can reach her on Instagram, Velar Models on Instagram. They're actually having auditions today. at the Kenya National Theatre.
Mm.
They're really good, very professional. That's who you want to be with
Yeah.
in the Kenyan modeling industry. So I started training with them and other girls. Every single Sunday we do fitness and we do catwalk. Remember, my strength, my weakness was my catwalk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she helped break down my walk from how you stand, how you take your first step, until you put some
Twirling
oomph
and
into it,
yeah.
and the rest is history. So after it was done, this was maybe in September.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see Mr. and Miss All Kenya. I'm like, finally. This is it.
Yeah.
And so the age limit is 18 to 26.
Yeah.
So I'm 26. And
You look 18.
thank you.
Yeah.
Black
No.
don't crack.
Not
Black
true.
don't crack.
No, that's true. That's true.
So the system, for some reason,
I'm 26 too.
you look like.
I'm not 26. I'm way older.
I won't ask.
Please don't ask.
Okay.
Haven't you been taught not to ask men their age?
I will ask. I will. I'm sorry. But I will.
Okay, yeah, but anyway, that's irrelevant right now. Let's go back to the more important stuff. My
Okay.
age is not relevant.
It's relevant. Comment down below if you want to know Telewa's real age.
Please do.
If you do,
Yeah.
there'll be a giveaway.
We'll do a giveaway.
Yes.
Free cocktails, maybe.
Free cocktails, free lunch.
Lunch and
Yeah,
cocktails.
lunch and cocktails. On
yeah.
him.
Yeah, on me. On
Yeah.
me. On
Yeah.
me.
Okay, so the system couldn't register my age for some reason.
Wait. Even though, but it's just, that's the benchmark right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh gosh, like here we go. And I told God, you know what, if this doesn't work out, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll just, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
And somehow I got wind of where the auditions were going to be, and I just showed up. And I waited 6 hours to audition.
Yeah.
I was among the last 15 people to audition for Miss World. I remember sitting there thinking, man, all these people, they've seen all these people today, like what are they even going to see?
It's
They're
hundreds of girls who are always
300
showing up.
girls.
Yeah.
Like they're probably tired. But I waited my turn and I went in, and then I got now shortlisted. So we were 37, 20 ladies, 17 gents for the 2-week boot camp. Let me tell you guys,
How was it?
that was the real challenge.
The boot camp?
That was the real challenge. Just, first of all, I mean, you say I have a serious face. Do I have a serious face, guys?
No, but not now. You see, when she's talking, she lightens up. But when Elsie's just like not talking to anyone, there is no way you'd approach Elsie and just like randomly start throwing like
what?
silly jokes.
What?
Until you see her smile, that's when you'll be like, oh, actually she can smile.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So I think I got carried away. I mean, I was like, there's 36 other people here. How am I supposed to make friends?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to socialize? And I'm very, I even have a small circle. I'm not so used to large groups. I don't like crowds. And I remember the first week of boot camp, I used to cry every single day.
Cry?
Yes.
Why?
For some reason, I was second guessing myself.
But listen, I've never, okay, just saying.
For some strange reason. I mean, I've been training for months.
But then you're there, now you're just...
By the time the auditions are coming, I was prepared, psychologically, emotionally, physically, because I used to go to the gym.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But then I get there and I think I started looking at other people, which is a bad idea.
Stop comparing yourself.
Stop comparing yourself with others. Stick to the true you.
That's the thief of all joy.
Focus on yourself. Don't even, in driving school, you're told to always look at the rear mirrors. Do not look at the rear mirrors. Just focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And we had a challenge, which is the public speaking contest, and I won the public speaking contest. I was number 1. And once I aced that, it gave me that confidence.
You knew now.
It gave me that reassurance that, girl, you're a top contender. Like, don't even get it twisted.
Yeah.
And so now the second week, it was more of, okay, now I made friends. I could laugh at least. And so towards the coronation night, I was like, okay. They said we're going to use your posters to sell tickets online. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So everyone at work is going to know.
Yeah.
That I'm contesting for this
because
again.
you are actually like just
I didn't
being...
tell anyone that I was doing it again.
Yeah.
People are going to know that I'm contesting for this. Like, what if I lose? Blogs are going to pick it up.
Yeah.
I was concerned about that. I was really concerned about what other people would think of me, and which is wrong. I should be concerned with
Because
me.
anyway, if you're competing, you what if you win?
Yeah, what if you win?
Yeah.
And he was like, what if you lose? I'm like, what if you lose?
Yeah.
It's like a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other shoulder.
Yeah.
So, and I went through that competition saying, you know what, but I'm going to have fun tonight. It's my last time I'm eligible to contest. I'm going to do the best that I can.
Yeah.
If I'm going to smile, I'm going to smile like I'll never smile again. If I'm going to dance, I'm going to dance like I'll never dance again.
Yeah.
And now this time my mom came. I had a crew of like 20 people. My mom came with her sisters, my cousins, some of my friends from high school. Can you imagine? Some of my friends from high school. They're married, but they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're
We
coming.
have to come and just,
My sisters, my cousins. It was really nice. My brother was in China and he bought tickets for his friends to come and support.
What?
He couldn't come because he was in China.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so today, even if whatever happens, like I know I had the people who love me and care
They're
for
here,
me,
yeah, cheering you on.
watching me.
Yeah.
And yeah, the night just happened. And I remember telling God, like, please let me just get to top 10. And then they're like, Elsie Stevens. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, God, please. Just
Nice.
top 6.
Top six, please.
Because you see, in top 6, you get to answer the question and answer.
Oh, because now there you know
So
you're
yeah, I'm like,
obviously.
yeah, I'm going to show you
Yeah.
what I'm made of.
Yeah.
And so the question they asked me is, if money wasn't a factor, what other job would you do and why?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to answer that if I
That was
in
my
your shoes?
question. That was my question.
So
And I remember I was the
what
second
did
last
you
person to
answer?
answer the question. And I remember looking at other people who were answering questions like, what would you do about this?
Yeah.
I was like, really? That's what you do?
Okay.
Please,
Yeah.
edit.
No. I told you. Nobody has time for that, Elsie.
But you promised.
Hey, listen.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's
So-
put this so that people know it was like, just like in good intentions. It was all in good intentions. Huh? It's all unicorns and fun and games here. Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
So I said, I remember during Miss Universe, one of the patrons told me, always strive to be memorable. Always strive to. You may not be the winner.
Yeah.
Always strive to be memorable. Put your personality into it. Put your personal story into it. People will never remember your name, but they'll always remember
Something.
you.
Yeah, your story.
Yeah, your story. So I said that I'd want to be drum rolls.
Do I have? Okay. Oh no, I don't have. I don't have drum.
Okay, drum rolls.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to become a mother.
Hey, wait. Let's see if this works. Hey.
Yeah.
You wanted to become a mother?
That's the answer I gave. I said I wanted to become a mother. Mother is a never-ending job, and there's just aspects that my mother has, or I know most, if not all mothers have. My mother has eyes that always just see the positive in it.
True.
Like your mother has a golden way of sensing friends who are good for you or situations that are not good for you. They always speak positivity. They're very nurturing, very caring. And I like that. And it's a never-ending job. Your mother will always be your mom, no matter how old you are.
Yeah.
And I remember when I gave that answer, the crowd went
I was like,
wild. I remember there was someone running across the stage, and he was like,
What?
"That's it." He was like, "That's it. That's the answer. This is it. Like, wrap the show."
Yeah.
And so after I gave that answer, I said, you know what? I know for sure I'm in the top 3, and whatever happens, I was memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know why? I think the main reason is like you keep missing these number 1 spots. Because you're always like so close and you've done everything.
Right.
I don't know why.
Why?
I think it's just because you don't see that number 1. You've never visualized that number 1.
I have. For this time,
Really?
I told God that I was training to win, not to place.
Oh.
And
So how were those like just final moments? Like,
first of
did
all,
you know you were going to get it, or you're just like,
I
what
was
goes on
ready.
3 like in your mind when you
I already
the
knew.
final is there? You're just waiting to.
I already knew I was a winner.
You did the hand thingy, right?
What?
So you hold hands and you wait for the announcement.
Well, okay, we didn't do that.
You didn't?
Yeah, no, Miss Ball didn't have it.
What do you guys do? You
Just
just
stand in line.
you stand in everyone in a line.
No,
Oh,
like
the two of you.
Yeah, just we were 6.
So you don't
from
look
the
at
top
each
six.
other, no?
No, you don't look at each other. But at the same time, I just said I'm a winner regardless. I'm already here. I've come this far. The become a winner. And I was ready, I was even ready to just take unpaid leave. I was ready. I really was. Not that I'm disappointed in my position.
No, you did
very,
quite well. Because,
very
like,
happy.
even for me, I was just like, what? Else's in the finals.
Yeah.
Just like,
Number 2.
at least it's somebody I talk to and I know. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
yeah.
that's my girl.
Yes, yes.
No, let me tell you, being first runners up has been the biggest blessing so far.
Let's talk about it.
You never really know how kind or how understanding of a person you are until you're put in until you're second best. So this time I didn't second guess myself. I kind of understood why I was second.
Really?
I believe that there's
Please
something.
explain.
I believe that there's something bigger out there for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well said. Okay.
There is, and I told you, God, because I'm a believer, right?
Yeah.
God.
You're a
always
believer?
Yes, I am.
I didn't know this.
I am.
You are?
Yes.
This is news
I'm
to me.
Anglican, by the way.
What does that mean?
You don't know what Anglican?
It's still Christian, right?
Yes, it's still Christian, but I'm of Anglican denomination. Like there's Anglican, there's Protestant, there's Baptist.
Oh, man.
But I'm Anglican, which
sorry.
is
I
yeah.
Now I don't even know where I'm supposed to. I don't know where I belong.
You don't know where you belong. You belong to God. That's all that matters.
Yeah, okay.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I believe that there's something bigger for me. Yeah,
I agree.
I do.
But no, you're saying something to do like this time you knew.
This time I was like, I know whatever position I get
Yeah.
on earth, it may not seem like it's anything,
Yeah.
but it's even bigger than that crown.
What?
We all compete for the crown,
Yeah.
but there's always something.
When you're not chosen, like
Yeah.
you don't feel bad.
No, I didn't feel
Did you
bad.
cry? Because
No.
you like crying.
No, when did you see me cry?
No, you just said yourself, like,
I said I don't
when
show
in
my
certain
emotions.
situations, like you just.
I cry behind closed doors.
Did you cry that night?
No,
No?
I didn't even
You're
cry.
genuinely happy.
I didn't even cry that coronation night, like when we were getting ready, like with what happened at Miss Universe. No.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't.
cried at Miss Universe?
Yes.
You
I
did?
just told you before prejudging.
Oh no, before that, like when you got to you were third, right?
Yes, I was that.
That day you didn't cry though,
No,
right?
I cried just before the prejudging.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got
just
the-
because you get your emotions.
I get jittery. I'm like, oh no, my dad is no longer here, and he would
Yeah,
have really wanted me to do this, and I put this dream on hold because I had to work. But this time I was like, nope, no one is going to take that joy away from me. I worked hard. I put in effort,
Yeah.
and whatever I got, there's got to be something bigger
True.
out there. And I remember one of the judges asked me like if I wanted to be in legislation at Miss Universe. They saw something in me. They saw like a girl who could be a leader. Okay? That's something you can get out of it.
Okay.
I mean, our president is he's just appointed several young people.
He has.
Yes, yesterday.
Were you on the
Cabinet-
list?
No, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
No.
Yeah, I hope I do. But it's just I was always scared of being a leader.
Why? Because you have, like, even how you talk, you just have so many leadership skills.
Maybe because of now being
Or through that
through
experience.
through this whole
or-
experience, and even at my workplace. I always want to show them that I am a model, but I can also put in the work.
You can do more. Do people look at you at work like a model, or are they just used to it like, no, this is just Elsie?
I'm kind of glad that they knew me. They knew about my modeling like after my leadership.
After, yeah, because
Yes.
otherwise it would have been
After.
It would have been tricky to, like,
I mean, that's the perception that people have.
yeah.
And I'm like, no.
I mean, I have a lot of female. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
I
it's
have
okay.
a lot of female friends who are models, and I mean, quite a huge percentage. They can be
That's
like, at
what's-
times I'm like, there's. But when you meet somebody and they start talking and you just see their brain, it's just like when you say about even what you're doing, like for your main work,
Yeah.
things, the way you move around the side, spiritual and all these things.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. When you say that, when they answered that question and said, like, you wanted to be a mother,
Yeah.
the guy who was running there was just like, this is the perfect wife for anybody who'd be asking.
I
You're
don't
like,
know. I wish I looked for that guy after the show. I didn't see him. But I mean, I was so happy
Yeah.
that night. I was so happy.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can compare to what I felt that night. I felt like finally this is something I have now worked for it. No one can tell me you didn't get this because you weren't polished.
Yeah.
You know, there can only be one winner at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
really glad I was second best. I mean,
And if you think about it, it's like that one thing chip that won't be on your shoulder. Like I never went to those Miss World in
like I
2015.
never- yes.
Now that's something that you can cross off your,
exactly.
and you're like, okay, I checked
No, in
this.
2015 I was very, I'd just been fired from my job. Can you imagine what that did to my self-esteem? But now I had time to rebuild. God
And then
doesn't
maybe you don't
give
make it
something.
even like through auditions, maybe because you're not
Yeah.
just emotionally, you're not there.
I
It would
knew.
have spoiled you.
A friend of mine challenged me to this idea of creating a vision board. Do you have a vision board? You need to have a vision board.
What's that?
A vision board is a chart.
I've
like
heard
a
people,
manifestation
even my
chart.
previous guest was just talking about
Yeah, you need to
vision
have
board.
it. No, you need to have it. A friend of mine told me to put a vision board.
Yeah.
And last year, I did it, and I specifically, among other things, I put Miss World at the center of that board.
What?
And I put it up on my wall. And every
So every day you
every
just
day I
look
wake
at
up,
it.
that's the first thing I see, that's the last thing I see before I pray and I go to bed. And look, I said this year I'm training specifically for Miss World. Not any other pageant.
Yeah.
This I wanted to tackle this one pageant
Yeah.
that I felt like I just threw in the back of
Yeah,
my head, and I was
yeah.
like, no, this time I'm gonna make sure that I maximize this. And look what happened.
Aye.
Work towards your goals. Visualize. What is it?
Will you help me with my,
Yeah,
you call it?
vision board.
Vision board.
Yeah,
Help me with it.
sure.
Okay.
Why not? All you just need is a manila paper and cutouts of whatever it is you
And
want to do.
those that you cut, stick
Yeah, the
them
ones
and
that you
everything.
cut out. I always used to write mine in a notebook, but it's just no.
It's
Put
you
them-
need
put
it
them-
need it on the wall.
Yes, and actually pray over my vision board before I put it up on my wall.
I have to pray as well. Every
mean,
day?
No, not every day. Okay, well, you do have to pray
Okay,
every day.
first of all,
no, you do have to pray every
No,
day.
I don't want people to think like
No,
I'm
no,
a
you do
devil
have to pray
worshiper
every
here or something. No, it's just like, yes, I do. I'm spiritual as well, but I don't pray every day. But if that means my vision board is going to come to life,
Okay, guys, that's not how God works.
okay, I
But-
know, but
I feel like
it's also like it's just discipline for me to try and just
try
stay
it.
focused or on
Just try
track
it.
with something
you
I'm
say
trying
it every
to.
day. The days that you feel like maybe you had a bad day, or maybe
Yeah.
there's this deal you wanted that didn't come through.
God
Okay,
knows.
so the vision board
God
has
knows.
cutouts of what you want to do, and also inspirational quotes. Like I had
Yeah.
things like try and try again, never give up.
And do you take some things off, or do you have to achieve everything? At least achieve like more than 50% of what you're trying to achieve.
Okay, for me, I wanted to achieve at least 60%.
Of
At
everything
least,
that's there.
which I did. You can't be saying, like I remember I was telling God, I want to drive, and I didn't know how to drive. So I put a picture
Yeah,
of
so
the
even
car that
God
I
is
wanted.
just like, oh Lord,
God is
even
like,
if I want to
really?
help you,
Yeah, God is like, really?
can't you start with driving school
Yeah,
first?
because I
of all?
grew up not knowing, I didn't want to drive. I knew that I was going to work hard and I was going to be driven.
Sheesh.
Okay? Like I knew I was going
That's
to.
a whole different vision.
Yeah, that's a
board,
whole
right?
different vision board.
Yeesh.
But then I was like, okay, I think I need to go. To drive. That's the first thing
Yeah.
I did last year in January. I was in
Yeah.
the first driving exam, the one they do at NTSA. Yeah, and that among other things. And I
So
remember
even
when
that's
I was
crossed off your list.
yes,
What?
that's crossed off my list. I mean, you've got to work towards your goals. You have to. Of course, there are others that didn't come to pass.
Yeah.
And I may not put them again on 2020, but they're still in my heart. I'm still going to work towards them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the timing that wasn't
It's
right.
just because there are some also that you had to work with a specific deadline. It's not like you
Yes.
can push them to like,
Yes.
next year or
Yes.
whatever.
But then when I was taking it down, I was like, oh, it was so powerful knowing that I cut this out without even having an idea of what lied ahead of me. And this is me taking it down, and I have every reason to be grateful, because
Yeah.
what happened to me through Miss World even surpassed my wildest imagination.
What are some of these things you're talking about? What doors has it opened? Because you seem so happy. I'm just like, what?
I really am, guys.
What?
I really am.
Huh? What doors, what opportunities just came
from Miss World?
Yeah.
So the winner had to leave and go to London for the global competition. And once she leaves, the first runner-up automatically assumes position.
Ah, okay, it's that thing, huh? So you're like, okay, okay.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Never ever second guess yourself.
Yeah.
You see, for Miss Universe Zosie, the South African.
Yeah.
Now that she's won the global Miss Universe, her first runner-up is automatically Miss South Africa.
Ah,
You
yeah,
see?
yeah. And she takes like her roles and duties and everything that come with.
This is now on paper because now she has a global duty, so she can't.
Her duties are way more.
Exactly.
Like she can't. Yeah.
First runner-up is a very important position. So that's why I'm telling you, I wasn't even sad that I got this position. So I had the opportunity of receiving the Kenyan flag.
Where?
At the office of the Deputy President.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to receive the flag on behalf of the winner who had already left.
Yeah.
And then through that I also got to attend the Jamhuri Day celebrations.
Where?
At Nyayo Stadium and State House.
You see, when you say that, I'm just thinking like, okay, as people just meet in the locals or somewhere.
No.
You at the State House?
And you know the funny thing is, in my heart I told God I want to meet the president this year. I don't know how.
Oh man.
But I want to meet him.
Special. And it happened.
It wasn't on my vision board.
Oh, but it's something at the back of your head.
Something that was at the back of my head. I mean, you can meet him anywhere, really. You can meet him anywhere.
So now, if like you're somewhere working, if you cross paths, you can just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'll say hi.
Oh Lord.
For sure.
Yeah, let's be tackled by security.
It was an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
It was such an amazing opportunity. Of course, when the winner came back, I handed over back. But it was the most joyous thing, really. And now we're just about to start our CSR projects.
Yeah, which is?
So I remember when I was in high school, I was very naive. I didn't have anyone that I could look up to. And the personalities that were being brought to our school, not to be disrespectful or anything, but they were like 20, 25 years in the making.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel
connect.
like, I wasn't connecting to them. I always felt like that they're just way above.
Yeah. Anything they're talking about, like how you even supposed to.
Yeah. And so I thought it would be a great idea to go back, maybe start a mentorship program where you can give talks. And I want to go back to my high school. I went to Ngara Girls High School.
And this is the perfect time.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not far anyway, so.
Yeah, it's right in the CBD.
Yeah,
I schooled in the CBD.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's the least you can do. Just mentor this.
Do that, mentor them, work with brands, and just never give up. That's my mantra. Never give up. It's never too late to start over again. It's never too late to chase your dream, apply for that job. Even when you seem like you've lost it all. I was fired in my sleep.
That's insane.
That was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane. I never thought that would happen to me.
Plus, you're one of the most responsible people that I can even think of, and here you are telling such a story. Like, it's like, okay, at least I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
At least you're not alone. That's what I'd like to tell these girls. Like, never give up. I received DMs from girls who want to follow the path that I have. Elsie, how do I do this? You're so well spoken. How do I do this?
You are very well spoken,
Thank
Elsie.
You.
That's what I'm saying. Like that for sure. Like, if somebody, because at times when people hear modern, just like, man. But when you start talking, somebody's like,
We're redefining that.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays models are being called to seminars and conferences.
And talking and actually
meeting,
people in.
the Pope, they're meeting people in summits at the African Union, at the UN, and things like this.
True.
So it shows you that it's not just about beauty.
Yeah.
This is why I liked Miss World. They have a mantra which is beauty with a purpose. And that lies with the CSR that you get to do. So I'd like to work with that. I'd like to work with children who are persons with disabilities. My late father was a person with disabilities. So anytime I go maybe to a mall, I'm like, how come this mall is not accessible to persons with disabilities?
Oh, you always note. You always take note.
Having it at the back of my mind.
Yeah.
because it's something that we had to. I mean,
Yeah.
we had to go through it. And I went to Machako School for the disabled children. I'll tell you, John, those children are so energetic. Don't even get it twisted. They are so energetic. They were fighting over toys and things like that.
Yeah.
And I remember I got attached to one of them and I actually cried. This is the one time. It's the one time.
You're
I
always
cried in
crying,
public.
Elsie. You're always
I'm
crying.
not always crying.
Oh, not in public.
Not
at
in public.
least. Okay.
I always cry. Trust
True,
me.
true,
I always cry. I have a
true.
session. I have like a timetable. I have like a timer
Like I
on my
eat
phone.
supper, everything is done.
Everything is
straight
done,
Off my
I'm
phone.
showered.
I was like, oh.
Let go. So I met them and I want to ensure that every child gets education. And not just the basic free education, inclusive education.
Yeah.
Because children are able differently. Others have learning disabilities. We have autism and all this dyslexia.
True.
They're just able differently. And we can't just be saying, oh, but we have basic education, we have free education.
No, that doesn't really
It
make
has to be
a difference.
Quality education and inclusive
Yeah.
education.
Inclusive.
Inclusive.
Elsie. I don't even know what I mean. Just so you know how to summarize everything so well, and man, okay, but we still have like a couple of minutes left, and I think you know which segment we're going into.
Do I?
You don't know? You don't know?
No, I don't.
You can touch on love, right?
Okay.
So what's your status right now? It's just second runners up.
First runners up.
Oh, first runners up. Sorry. Okay, at times it's just sorry.
Yeah.
First runners up. What's your status? Are you single or are you in a situation?
No comment.
No comment?
No comment.
Oh wow. Wow.
I
But
really like to keep.
I understand.
I want to keep that
understand.
private because
Yeah.
what people don't know, they can't read.
Plus oh yeah, especially like with this social media era.
Social media and Edgar Barrett.
Oh, screenshots.
BNN.
But hey man, people need to understand. Even if you're not getting along with someone, please. Where's the integrity?
Hey, Edgar, do not come for me, please.
No, he was supposed to come to the podcast. I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't come
I mean,
yet.
part of me wants to meet this guy, but at the same time, I'm like,
He
I'll pass.
was supposed to come 2-3 weeks ago before
No,
I
before
don't
he
know.
unleashed all these videos on us.
Yeah. So maybe if he wants, he'll still come through. We'll talk about it. But then again, also what he's doing is works
Unique.
for his brand, unique.
Yeah.
But also you should know, like, there's one thing Kenyans are known for. They're ready to kill for and to die for.
Yeah.
Is their money and love.
Yep.
Because you see it in the news every
People
single
get
day.
beat up in clubs, shot at clubs.
And even in the news nowadays, what's passions of crime is
passions of
every single day. It's like people don't. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
that subject of love is very sensitive. 'Cause
But love is, it's all rounded.
Tell us about your love.
Starts with yourself.
Before you love your partner,
Before you love your
who is
Next question.
What do you think of just like even maybe let's say the dating scene like right now in Nairobi?
Ooh. The dating scene in Nairobi is vibrant, dynamic. What else? Vibrant and dynamic. I feel like nowadays people are very open, even with the LGBT community. Like, I feel like Nairobi people are very open nowadays, as compared to what it was maybe let's say 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like you meet someone. I meet friends and someone tells me they're on Tinder. Like, wow, you're on Tinder. Okay, but I'm a traditional kind of girl. I like the traditional method of dating.
Somebody asking you out.
Out, like, what time can I call you? Things like that. And there's some people who they're like, it is what it is. Like whatever happens.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm about. I'm just very traditional. Very, very traditional. I was raised in a very conservative home.
Choosing your words
In a
carefully.
very conservative home. My late father was Anglican and my mother is Muslim.
Really?
Yeah. So you
Very
can imagine,
interesting.
I grew up with the best of rules.
Yeah, both sides. You're
both
like,
sides.
wait, we
Like,
have to
okay,
be on
you're
point.
like, okay. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay. So yeah. And that has shaped my thinking, my way of thinking a lot.
Yeah.
I just like things done in a certain way. There's certain things that
Even morals, I guess,
even
right?
morals. There's certain stuff I can't.
You're not out here like all these other models.
No, never.
No. It's not happening.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, and every time I tell people that, they're like, and I just have I'm a lover. I'm not. I don't fight. I don't like to fight. I'm not sure if I can fight.
Yeah.
But I love. If I love something, I love something. If I want something, I go after it.
Okay, and then just one more thing before I forget, before we wrap it up. If you're to give advice to any young girls who are trying out or would want to try out from Miss
Any pageant.
any pageant, what are some of the basic, like just 3 tips? Let's say 3 quick tips that you can give them.
To identify a pageant that works for them, or
No, that things that would help them get through. Because like for you, we know like you're always like passing through, like, you know, you've always, in all the entries that she's gotten into, she's always like top 3. Yeah. So
I'd say number 1, do your research. Do your research, find out what pageantry is about. Because pageantry is very different from runway, from high fashion. And you're very blessed. You have YouTube channels, you have blogs. There's information everywhere. Eat, breathe, talk, dream, pageantry. If you want to get into pageantry. It's a very simple... okay, how can I say this? It looks very simple from the outside, but it's not.
Do
There's
your research.
So much that goes into it. Do your research. Number 2, prepare. Prepare. I told you guys that I started training in April. Prepare. Do your fitness. Pageantry is very strict on sizes. Okay? For Miss World is 32, 24, 36. So bust 32, waist 24, hips 36, plus or minus 2.
yeah,
If you're already sitting on 40,
just know
it won't work.
there's no body positivity there.
I mean, there's other pageants that focus on the curvy woman.
Now listen, we're not talking about the other ones. I'm talking about Miss World.
Love your hips, and if you really want to try out for like
Just
particularly
get
Miss World,
the
you
size right.
need to. Yeah, it's very crucial.
Because you don't want that to be the one factor
You
that
don't
doesn't
want
take
to
you,
be axed out because of
and it's obvious that you know it.
Yeah, they are very strict. I remember during Miss World, I used to wake up every day. I actually carry a tape measure behind my
Just
bag
like,
every single day.
yeah.
Let me show you guys. Guys think I'm bluffing. No, I actually
Is
have
it the white or green one?
no white one,
Ah.
not the green one.
So what's your waist size?
25.
What?
25. I
Sheesh.
can't find my. Oh, yeah, I have it.
So did you ever go over or under? Hey, okay. You need to take it seriously.
I take it very seriously. I used to measure myself every single day. It's okay. So when we started the competition, my hips were a little overboard.
They were?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were. And then they told us like, hey, you guys, some of you, your hips,
You need
your
to-
measurements, and they just gave us like a good nutrition plan. Yeah, just get a good nutrition plan.
Which is what? How do you eat if you're preparing for that?
There's plenty of nutritionists out here in Nairobi who can help you with a meal plan that is designed for your body goals, your body type, and suits your BMI also. Don't starve yourself for this competition. Love yourself. Again, we're talking about love. Love yourself. Make sure you eat healthy. Don't nyima your body the nutrients it requires.
Yeah.
So have lots of vegetables, drink lots of water, minimal carbs, lots of protein. And you can get both animal protein or plant-based protein.
True.
Also try and make the gym a place where
Try
you
work
frequent.
out, yeah?
Try and work out. If you don't have the time, YouTube videos, you can always do it at home. You can buy those resistance bands just to help you if you don't have that. And they work. And it's very addictive. I remember when I started going to the gym and people in the gym were very welcoming, which was very strange because I expected if I go to the gym, I'm a size 8. If I go to the gym, I expected people to be like, "Why are you here?" Other people are trying to lose weight.
But they're like,
And
no,
I was
they're
like,
just.
"This is my money. You're not paying for me." So I was going there because I remember I was working a lot at the time. It was really crazy at work, and
So
I was working
seated, you can't
late
really
nights. I was working till midnight. Okay, I was working till midnight, but in the morning I'd always go home, make sure I sleep in the morning, and go to the gym, even if it's just for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Sweat it out. Prepares you even mentally. You start the day.
You feel better. You just
feel better
energized.
And it boosted my appetite. So I never used to snack and have like fries or something. I wanted real food. I wanted ugali, spinach, broccoli.
Tell this model so that I know.
You didn't. Please don't do the fast
First
foods.
of all, if you're a model and you're dating me, you have to eat ugali. We're staying away, and this is for your own benefit. We're staying away from like this chicken, fries, bajias, and hotel ninis, hotel foods. We have to make like proper ugali, home cooked meals.
Yes.
Save on money, and we save on your position. We make sure you get ahead.
Make sure you get to place.
Yeah.
Not just try out. Make sure you get to place and eventually win. Right.
True.
The third thing I would say is have fun. You've already practiced, you've done everything, you've gotten your body right, your mind right, you're now in the competition.
Yeah.
Have fun. Make friends. Don't burn bridges, guys. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And don't be catty to one another. Don't. It never works. And the
Haven't
judges
I
have...
seen it? Haven't I seen
Really?
it? This model.
The judges have... they have a way of just sensing or picking out this bad energy vibes.
Yeah.
Live in the moment. You only get to live. Okay, at least I've been fortunate to have this experience 3 times. Most people just try once and then they just maybe
Actually give up.
Yeah, they give up, or some life gives them something even better. You never know. Just have fun, make friends, be the best version that you can be. Be the best. Remember I told you, like I remember that day, I smiled so hard. Can you imagine? There's 37 of us on stage. I smiled so hard, and one of the judges, I won't say who, one of the judges locked eyes with me, and let me tell you, I just pulled her. And I was like, please, like, look at your score sheet.
You please better.
Please. And I saw him actually like,
like,
and I was like, yeah.
That's it.
You know?
Sometimes that makes a difference.
And there's no shortcuts.
Yeah.
There's no privilege actually. There's no biasness, favorism. I didn't feel any of that with the pageants that I partook in. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Now we have to just wrap up.
Yeah.
Because, the lighting, the time and everything. I want people to see this melanin properly. Yeah.
I like to dab. Have you noticed? Even in my other video.
Yeah.
In the other restaurant.
Yes. Don't I know? Don't I know?
We'll talk about
I
that
know.
off
Yeah. We have unfinished business.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So now,
Is this a tout in the
what?
Is this a tout in the mirror?
Where? Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why.
No, I'm just like,
how
is that
we
a
can.
tout? Hey, I'm
Yes.
from Eastlands, okay?
So
Like,
yeah.
whoever you think is the tout is not even the tout.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
So, as we wrap this up, I normally ask my guests one more question before we just, call it wraps. What's that one thing that you think you're in pursuit of right now? If you got it, it would give your life better meaning, direction, or just fulfillment, purpose maybe.
I'm looking for multiple streams of income. When my dad was sick, we really went through it. We really did like loans and all that. And I never ever want to be in that position again. I never want it. So I want to be in a place where I can actually be a provider for my family. I really would like that. It would give me so much joy just to tell my mom, you know what, just stay back at home, like I'll take care of everything. Or if there's my cousins or siblings who need to go to school, I can be like, you know what, let me take you to school. I would want that. That's one thing I really want. I'm not sure where, in what direction it would be, if it's still in government, if it's in media, if it's in an appointed position with business, I'm not sure of that. But I want to be financially stable and able to help others, even in my CSR projects. I want
Yeah.
them to be able to not just get funding, but also to create their own source of income. Have something that is long-lasting. I want to have something that's sustainable. Yes. So even if it's in my work, sustainable. Relationship,
Hey.
sustainable. That I really just want to have continuity, positivity.
So you'll take care of your boyfriend as well? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I am definitely looking. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the one who's earning more than my partner. Yeah.
Hey guys.
That's where I'm headed.
So she hasn't said a relationship status.
Yeah, but it's something. I mean, it's a conversation nowadays.
I mean,
Everyone
those
is
broke
always,
guys, you can always
It's all about respect. Just because I earn more than someone doesn't mean I
Yeah,
have to disrespect
true,
them, right?
true,
I
true.
can still respect you and still have more coins.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm turning 27 this year, and
Do you feel the pressure to settle down?
no,
get a-
never. I have never felt
Lord.
that. Never. No.
Come from Mombasa, people settle super early.
Yeah,
How am I
people
mistaken?
Super early. No, you're not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm calling my own shots.
Yeah.
I'm writing my own destiny,
Yeah.
and I'm doing things at my own time.
As you should.
At my own time. I really don't know what 27 has in store, but I can feel it's going to be a great year. 26 ended on a very, very, very good note. And for 27, I'm going back to school. I told you. I've been running away from that for a while.
Yeah.
Going back to school, going back after my job, desire, to work in media. I sort of like pushed it
Yeah.
onto the side. I really want to comment down below if you want to see me on TV or
Hey.
radio.
Please do.
Yeah.
But
These
you
brands
can't,
are
like,
really-
you're just a natural, bro.
What?
You are.
I don't like auditions. I have this bad habit of coming late to auditions. Yeah. I have this bad habit.
I mean, if you're good at what you do, you don't really need to audition. They'll
No,
just
I
call
don't
you.
like the waiting process. I waited 6 hours.
I'm just
to
saying, if you're
audition.
good, at times they do auditions and they already know who they're going to select because they kind of like already have a rough idea, especially with the press and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Haven't
do.
we seen it before? People like,
I have.
even some who were judges and then they ended up being selected.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that being said, where can
Yeah.
people find you on social media, and is there anything else you have going on that you'd like to plug on the podcast?
For now, my main focus is now my CSR. Once you follow me on my social, I'll come up with details sooner rather than later. You can follow me on Instagram at Elsie_Stevens, ELSIE,
Yeah.
_ STEPHENS. And yes, those are my real names.
Yeah, and I'll put the tag down below so that you know.
Please follow me. Feel free to
Ask
DM
anything.
me, ask anything. Don't be messy. Okay?
Ask.
But just
ask
ask.
anything.
Just
ask
me
her out.
anything.
Ask her out.
Ask me out.
Hey, you never know. So
Thanks for having me on your podcast.
you're welcome.
It's
You're
been
welcome.
so long.
And you're the one who took a break from me and was just
I'm
like,
back.
okay.
I'm back and I'm black.
So like we said, shooting and just catching up. Let's do it,
Yeah.
right?
Let's do what we did.
Yeah, the other time. Yeah. So let's do more of that.
Yep.
But guys, you know the drill. We're on Castbox, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Daily and regular updates. It's the only way you can show love and support. Just like, subscribe, and share our content. It's the Podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Bye.